Happy New Year, everyone. If you've followed my campaign at all, you know how serious I am about getting our spending under control. And that's a major part of why I've been with Pierre's team since late 2019, when he was first exploring a leadership run. Pierre's promise to fix the budget is essential because it means we need to live within our means. I know that Justin and Jagmeet think that we can spend whatever we want because rich people will pay for it. But I'd like to present a little thought experiment to put everything in context. What if the rich, or the 1%ers, just paid their fair share? I mean, if our moral betters have taught me anything, it's that we can't have nice things because greedy people want to hoard their wealth rather than spreading it around. So I looked up the wealthiest people in Canada. I figured that if we could just force them to give us their fair share, all of it, then we'd finally live in a just society, right? For the 24-25 fiscal year, our expenditures were projected to be $538 billion, according to former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, who tabled her budget in the House this past April. That's a lot to pay for, so let's get to it. According to Bloomberg, the top 10 richest Canadians have a combined $195.5 billion. If we were to liquidate all their assets and put it all into general revenue, that would fund Justin and Jagmeet spending until about 3:15 in the afternoon of May 12th. Didn't get us quite as far as you thought, eh? Okay, well, what if we were to take the next 40 richest and steal everything they have as well? That's almost $179 billion. And it would pay for Justin and Jagmeet's spending commitments up to about 3:15 in the afternoon of September 10th. Look, this just isn't working. Why don't we go after the real money? Jagmeet's always telling us about these greedy corporations who pay their workers peanuts and collude to make your groceries cost more, right? Well, let's turn the tables and take what's ours, shall we? Let's take the top 10 most profitable corporations, including Jagmeet's favorite George Weston and Loblaws companies in the 3rd and 4th spots, respectively. If we were to take all their profits for the last 4 quarters, that would total nearly $508 billion. Now we're talking. So being generous and rounding up, that would pay for everything to run our country for the year. Well, up until December 10th, that is, just a few minutes before 10 in the morning. That would leave us still $30 billion short of paying our tab for the year. No problem, we'll just steal from number 11 on the list, Suncor Energy. With that $40.5 billion, we'll still have about $10 billion and change to spare. Mind you, the budget that Chrystia presented already had a $40 billion shortfall baked in. And if we go $20 billion over, like she just did a couple weeks ago, we'll need to knock off number 12, Sun Life Financial, as well. However, with their additional $38.8 billion in revenue, we'd have nearly $29 billion left over for, beer and popcorn, say. Oh, wait, I forgot that we have debt servicing costs of over $40 billion every single year. So Imperial Oil? Yeah, we're going to need all your profits as well. And Enbridge? You're next. Now, this quick demonstration was just to show what it would take to get to the end of one fiscal year of Liberal NDP spending. We've had 9 of these already, including fiscal year 2021, when we had what Stephen Harper called the teensy tiny deficit, so small you can hardly see the deficit, of $327.7 billion. We had $106 billion extra to pay for that year. And this thought experiment doesn't take into account the absolute carnage that would ensue, since shareholders wouldn't receive any dividends. This means they wouldn't be paying as much in personal income tax, to say nothing of how we've just killed the profit motive for everyone as well. You see, the biggest problem is we've scraped through just 1 year by stealing every penny from the most profitable corporations in Canada. But when we get to January 1st, 2026, we have to do it all over again. But we have to do it now with whatever's left. And that means taking all the profits from the next 33 corporations in order to continue funding 1,001 things that we never wanted in the first place. Folks, we have an important vote coming up in the Abbotsford South Langley riding, one that will determine who represents this riding for maybe the next 12 years or so. For the sake of your children, your grandchildren, your retirement portfolio, your standard of living, and your quality of life, please choose someone who understands business and economics. Choose someone who actually has a history of balancing budgets. Please tell your friends and family that now is the best time to take out a one-year membership in the Conservative Party of Canada. You might only need to do so once in the next 12 to 16 years. That's quite an investment to ensure we get the best possible representative. We may only have another week or so to sell memberships, so please become a member and then visit steveschaefer.ca to pledge your vote with our Common Sense team. Thank you and Happy New Year.